Hello everybody, Jet here, and welcome back to my Taurox playthrough where we have just destroyed Corone with my army of Minotaurs. And yeah, I think it's safe to say things are going reasonably. We are building ourselves up. We've got some really quite nice setups. My army's nice setup. My army is cheap. As I said, this is probably pretty much the point where we're just going to start steamrolling. Though I don't want to get too cocky, because the elves are going to be interesting. We are going to head over to the elves and pick up the Sword of Corone. Sorry, the Sword of Cain. Sword of Corone, that'll be different. The Sword of Cain off somebody there. And then, yeah, we will start having lots of fun. Because I don't really see... There are negatives to having it, but not huge negatives, as somebody has linked all the details to me. So basically, it's mostly positive for us to have the Sword of Cain. And we're not going to leave Bretonnia just yet, however, because it's a big sea passage, so we're going to burn all the way down here before we sail across. Because the Beastmen don't like being at sea, guys. And I'm going to sail across, hammer into Overhaul, and just start ripping it to pieces. And turning into a lovely bit of Chaos Wasteland. As it should be. Nice. So while we're interning here, bit of admin. I don't know why I was going to say I'm on my own and my son's upstairs. I'm not recording at night. It's the day he's at nursery, so you won't be hearing him at all in the background this time, hopefully, unless something major's gone wrong. So yeah, no, we're in a very good position at the moment. We have just obliterated a good chunk of Bretonnia, the capital of Bretonnia there, and we've taken Altdorf recently. So yeah, I think we're in a nice, solid position. What is that? We do have a bit of a cheese army, to be fair, but why wouldn't we? It's basically a free army pretty much, so there's no reason I wouldn't have a bit of a cheese army. We can afford to start spending some money on tech again. Oh, it is a shipwreck. From up top, it just from the angle, it didn't quite. Now I can see it as a shipwreck. Oh. I can say yes. Hey, look! There's a nice little tasty army here to go for. Go on, you know you want to attack it. It's definitely not something nasty and hostile. Let's grab that. Then we'll go back to that. Get the tech research boost. Go on, fall for it, Mr. Artois. I can't remember what the faction's called. Is it just Artois? Fall for it. Go for my little shiny army. You know you want to. God, the Empire used to be powerful compared to us. And then we took its heart. So Bretonnia does still live. They've got odd bits of territory in odd places, though. I do remember that from pushing down here. This is the issue with this size of the world. Is with the old game, you could pretty much wipe out the old world quite fairly systematically. Whereas because it's so big here, if you wipe out the old world, if I were to try and destroy everything, it just wouldn't happen, basically, because you'd end up going around, and you could probably do it, but it would be so much effort. Ooh. we may skip there. That said, I can always cheese them. And yeah, we will cheese that army on the outside. So the extra chaos corruption is also quite nice.
You dishonor me.
Oh, bugger, wrong army. Right, maintain siege. Let me zoom out. And cheese time. We're fighting this because it's just gonna be hilarious. Oh, this is just gonna be wrong, guys. They have some quite nice. Yeah, this isn't a bad little army they've got. You know, it's a reasonable strength. It's not the strongest army, but it would be a reasonable army against most things, other than possibly something particularly endgame. We are literally something completely endgame. There we go. No subtlety. And my other herd is coming straight in. These guys. Oh, good God. Yeah. Oh, wow. I mean, not even subtle, not even having to be careful here. This is just an instant rout. I mean, we knew it would be, but it doesn't stop it being fun from fighting it. Yeah, I think it's safe to say we won. We lost 3 units. Oh, wow. I like Cygors, but I just feel they're a bit wasted in this army. I also feel my Beast Lord's a bit wasted. Sorry, my caster is a bit wasted in this army. To be fair, casters are a bit wasted in my armies anyway, because I'm terrible with them. Here we go. So obviously, I think we want the Minotaur one, guys. That's huge, and that is a huge buff for. That's 6, a big chunk of my army, and eventually all of my army. So. Fighting this one, because if I don't fight this one we will take much more damage. We swap my armies around so the Minotaurs will go in first. We are not going to be subtle. We are going to charge the main gate. We are going to break through the main gate, and we are going to kill everybody inside. That is the entire tactic here. Literally no point in doing anything else. Obviously, as we charge, the Cygors will throw a few rocks. Obviously, the guys with shields go first. Charge. Oh no! They killed some guys. They will pay. I mean, they must be terrified. Let's get the Cygors charging as well. So my guys are getting back up. We have lost a few on the field. They are now hurling rocks at my guys. And that gate is about to disintegrate. And once again, this is just a massacre, guys. I almost feel sorry for these guys. Oil Bretonian peasants. And here comes Cygors. The other army's pushing through. To be fair, no subtlety, let's just train through. Go straight for the centre and take out that cat's box. That is probably the most damaging thing they've got. Here we come. Oh, I forgot about them. Oops, I think I hit a few of my own. Oops. Full melee charge. I'm going to send a couple of units over there. Just to chase them off. Otherwise, just keep that aggression on here. Because we capture the centre. All the Pegasus Knights are flying in. They're not gonna last long. Oh wow, my frame rate is dying, guys. Come on, push through. Stop playing with your food, guys. straight onto their lord. Oh, that's actually their lord as well. And we're capturing the centre, which will provide a morale debuff for them. I don't think this is going to last much longer now. Slam across into them because we already hold here. These guys are taking a bit more damage, but these guys are much lighter than the rest, so let's send some ungors, some gors, some non, you know, big, some pathetic little non-minotaurs up there. This whole thing is pretty much over. Oh, that poor unit of knights. It's over. And we have the mass rout. So we did take losses, but not like we would have. So if we autoed it, we'd have potentially taken a lot more losses. I kind of wish that the auto-resolve took into account how well you'd be doing. It should always be worse to auto-resolve, don't get me wrong. But it would be very nice if it took into account your previous battles. So if you always won, it should slowly crank that up. Even for specific armies. So if a specific army always wins, it should slowly crank its auto-resolve results better. Maybe as a buff, if you lose, you know, and if you constantly lose with an army, it should do the opposite, to a cap. So obviously for people who are really bad at the game, auto-resolve should be a great way of playing. Beautiful. I don't really want anything else here. Constant buff. There we go. Needless to say, guys, I think we were making Bretonia fear us. We've ripped apart their capital. I do need to get to the coast. I don't need to go anywhere. I can go where I want, but I want to go to the coast. It's just working out the best route to do this. Because there's all these tasty settlements up here. I could probably just... Yeah, we're going to go up here, take there, hit Bastogne, and then circle back to the coast. Hit Bordelais. We're going to leave Lyonesse, the smallest... Yeah, they're tiny. They're a tiny little Bretonian faction, guys. And we're going to leave them alone. We're going to let them grow in peace take over all this territory we've just destroyed and become nice and plump and fat for when we come back. So that when we come back, we'll have this nice plump faction here to eviscerate. I was going to say, why aren't they going into the settlement? But actually, going into their settlement would be very, very foolish, because then their army would be trapped. Wait for the other army. It's not quite as good, but it's still good. Needless to say, I think we're doing quite well. Oh, wow. Because like all here has been resettled already, but it's not going to really do them much good long run. If we come back here through here with the Sword of Cain, it's just going to go badly for anybody who fights Taurox. Now we've got all the other things we want, we're just going to start buffing up Taurox even more. That's right, run away. I mean, long run, we're going to end up with multiple armies basically full of Minotaurs, but the issue does become an income thing, because if you've got armies like that, you need to keep moving. And now, that said, High Elf country, Ulthuan, is going to be brilliant for that, because there's going to be capital after capital after capital. There's going to be big place after big place after big place, which have potentially been relatively quiet and allowed to build for us to just keep hitting. So we're going to come down and hit here. Oh, Mousselon has fallen already, so... And then we're going to move into Bordeaux, and then we are going to cross the sea. Oh, Bretonia is gone. All sea trading factions know each other. Oh wow, I was expecting that to be a bit tougher, if I'm honest. I was hoping I'd be able to take a turn to build. Quite as good an income, but still, I mean, we're on 70k now, guys. No, I don't need the armor piercing just yet. No. So yeah, let's start buffing ourselves even more. Oh, immortal. See, I do get casters. I do like casters in some things. I prefer the more active casters than debuff and buff casters. But when you've got an army of Minotaurs, your mage becomes a bit irrelevant. To be fair. When you know, because when you got an army of Minotaurs, there's only really one tactic, which is charge. That's... What are you... I know, I'm going to creep into these ruins and settle while there's an army of Minotaurs outside, because they're not at war with me. Do you think he's about to die, guys? I could just let him live for sheer cheek. But it's not going to happen. My small herd is going to take them. My big herd's going to chase them down if they stay there. And yeah, I can't believe they came and settled in front of me. I mean, I guess technically they're not at war with me, so they're probably thinking it's safe. Oh, those fools. So you're trying to sneak behind, run behind. We'll see if we can chase you down. No, actually, I'm not fussed if they want to settle behind, because letting the territories regrow is not necessarily a bad thing. And that is the issue. You need, realistically, you probably want 7 or 8 big, strong, powerful herds. Ugh. Oh no! All the other people who are going to go to war with me are going to go to war with me. Oh, I think we'll take Wraith into pile, guys. Forward. Running a little bit of a negative, but nothing bad. As I said, this army needs to be retweaked substantially as time goes on, but we'll probably take a few turns before we cross the sea. Now he is a little exposed on his own. Like I said, he needs to be built up into a good, strong, powerful army as well, so he'll never be as cheap as these guys. These guys will be 50% cheaper, always. But the fact that we made the Minotaurs free somehow actually feels a little wrong, but they... yeah. I suspect people will be leaving that settlement in droves at the moment. Also, they're settling there. So they are potentially doing very well out of this by settling lots of places. But still, you know, it makes them a plumper target for later on if we come back this way. As I said, we had the tricky turns. This is what I always feel, and it's what I feel. I know I've said it before. It's what I feel with all Horde factions is to start. Basically, the first 50 or so turns, things can be a bit hairy until you hit that tipping point, and eventually you hit a tipping point. At which point, it becomes a doddle. You know. You hit a point where basically you can cheese everything. Yeah, let's grab that one. I know we're spending our money as we get it in, but why have you moved me all the way over there?
Chaos.
I'm just going to do this. I know I don't have my other army helping, but I'm not that worried. We know our tactic. We're going to go through. We're going to break the gate. We're going to shred everything in sight. We will definitely take losses here. They've got a lot of troops here, but it's only a tiny settlement as well. Oh, that's good. So it's a smaller settlement. Well, smaller settlement wall. Which will mean they will all be far more clustered, which actually makes this... That works really well for us. Here it goes. And like I said, we are going to take a few losses as we charge, but nothing too bad. Wow, yeah! Ooh, did they explode a tree out into the middle of me? And charge. Oh, here come the birdies. They're not going to last long, especially as my anti-large are in here as well. But they've got a much bigger press of men to stop me, stop my beachhead here, stop my breach pushing through. And that's what they want to do, is they want to surround me and hold me there as much as they can. But it's not going to work well for them. We are slowly smashing through that gap. And we've got the sheer weight to, there you go, we try and just do a straight push there rather than going for those units. We are just creating a wedge straight through and breaking their lines. And we're going to make that wedge go straight for... What the... Did you see that, guys? He appeared to just fall over forwards. This is a scary thing, actually. That is the entire size of my force. Now, a few big, solid AoE abilities here would probably be quite nasty. Let's keep on to that. That's probably, as I said, the most damaging thing. The Knights, the Knigets are giving them a bit more toughness, though we are capturing their centre now. They are mostly shattered and destroyed. I mean, there's not so many dead here. I can't find any dead Minotaurs, guys. Two can play the explodey things game. Oh, that unit! Oh, look at its morale as it looked at us. Oh, guys, some of them are reforming. Should we allow that? Oh, those poor guys. Trying to get back into their beloved city to defend against this horrific herd. No! Poor Bob. Oh, we've not named one of our heroes Bob yet, have we? Vivienne Letard? That is actually her name. Look at it, guys. I'm not making it up. Bloody tree thrower. Oh, she's not going to last long. No subtlety. No subtlety needed. We lost 8 good Minotaurs there, guys. Ooh, my Bray Shaman did very well there, actually, as well. Bray Shamans aren't they're not the toughest things, but they're not bad. Everybody got lots of kills. You know, eventually everybody here is going to easily get to level 7, at which point they get massive boosts. And, yeah. This is just complete cheese, because, I mean, the elves, with their much better archers, will be far more interesting to fight. I mean, we're not going to do a different tactic, because... About to say, did I not raise that settlement? Nice. And that is where we're going to leave it, guys, where we are about to go to sea. We're potentially going to spend a couple of turns just recouping, you know, licking our wounds, preparing for the voyage. And we are going to sail over to Ulfwan. And we are looking for... where is it? Oh, nobody's picked it up at the moment, this thing. We want to find whoever has the Sword of Cain. Or if somebody doesn't, wait until force them to pressure them until they pick it up, at which point we will take it off them. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you have been enjoying this. Please feel free to pop any comments in the comments section or jump over to my Discord and say hi. There is a link to my Discord in the comments and description, as well as links to my Twitter, my Patreon, and my affiliations with Overclockers and Humble Bundle Games, so please check them out. As always, thank you for your time.